Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Wasson from CreativeGuitarStudio.com. Thanks a lot for joining me for this week's video. I want to get things started by just mentioning some of the other lessons that I have put up on my main Creative Guitar Studio YouTube channel. You want to go over there on YouTube to see all the lessons that I've been posting this past week. And I've got 3 new lessons that I've put up there. The first one is called This Took Me 5 Years to Learn, and you can learn it in 5 minutes. And it's a really good video of some excellent tips that I have for you guys. And another one is called Play This Chord Nonstop for 7 days, and you're going to be able to sound great. What that one is a nice breakdown of the 6th chord, and more than that, more than just major and minor sixes, it's about how to use that sound and how to get other sounds of chords that are also perhaps even complex fingerings or whatnot into your guitar playing. So that's a really good one. And then the third one that I had put up this last week is just recent. It's called Save 10,000 Hours. Learn the 2 levels of pentatonic. It's an interesting video about how scales sit on the guitar neck, and it's something that normally takes students a long time to get an understanding for, but I've put it together in a really concise way. All that stuff has some great handouts and some MP3 jam tracks that are available over on my Patreon, so you can grab that stuff over on patreon.com/Creative Guitar Studio. But let's get into this video that I'm putting up here. And what this one is all about is what I have as a takeaway after a lot of years and a lot of hours as a guitar teacher. Now, for those of you who perhaps don't know, I started teaching guitar quite a long time ago. I started in 1992. That was after I came back from the Musicians Institute, which is out in Hollywood, California. Many of you probably know that school better as the Guitar Institute of Technology. A very famous place, lots of famous people out there that I had a chance to mingle with and do some great classes with. Met some absolutely fantastic people. Some people not so famous, some people very famous. And it was a really great learning experience for me to go forward with in a career in music, because up till that point I had never met people of that caliber before, and it really gave me a fantastic insight into not only what it takes to make it in this business, but personal insights of what's important to be going forward with in your life as a musician, and a lot of great tips in terms of playing skills and playing live and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I had taught guitar from that point on. I came back to my hometown here in Canada, and I started teaching guitar in 1992. I set up the School of Creative Guitar Studio, and I had a location right in the city center of Winnipeg, where I'm located now. And I taught guitar there for many years, and then I had other locations in different ends of the city, different music stores. And so I was teaching, 6 days a week. I would go, Monday to Saturday. The only day I'd really take off from teaching is Sundays, even though I'd have lots of people asking me if I would teach them on Sundays, but I had to take at least one day off. I was teaching around 4 hours a day. So, you do like 4 hours a day times 6 days of the week. So that's 24 hours about, let's say, round it off to a week. And then you take that 24 hours a week and you go 4 weeks in a month, and then you got about 96 hours, there. And then you do that for, a year. And in a year, we could round it off to around 1,100 to 1,150 hours in a year, and I did that for 28 years. And I wrapped up my teaching in the year 2020. I just didn't have the time for it anymore with all the stuff I was doing on the internet. And how the business grew to be more of an online business for me, with tens of thousands of people that I was dealing with, and hiring a different staff and a different way of approaching everything. But you take around 1,100 hours a year times 28 years, and you've got over 32,000 hours, I figure, at least. So I'm going to round it off for sure for vacation time and everything, and say for sure I've taught over 30,000 hours of guitar lessons. And so what I've learned from doing that is probably some very interesting things. I thought that you guys would be kind of surprised maybe at some of them. So, okay, first big surprise though I want to share with you about this is that in all the people that I met and in all of the lessons that I've done, it's a very, very small percentage of those people who are super serious about guitar. So very small percentage, I even say maybe 2 or 3% only, are going to be people who are really wanting to learn. So I had developed my own curriculum, and it was very thorough. I spent 6 years going through what I thought would be an excellent, face-to-face guitar curriculum. And then later I revamped it so it could become an online curriculum. And that's really what we have now on the creativeguitarstudio.com website. But those 2 or 3% of people that were really serious about guitar wanted to learn everything I could possibly teach them. They would study to the letter. They would really work hard, and a lot of them did go on to become musicians. They went on to university later. They maybe even got their degrees in education, and they taught in the school systems. Some of them went on to be in bands. Some of them have gone on to tour with different, bigger groups, around the world. So over all that time, I did notice that group of people who were very serious, extremely low. So those are people, by the way, where this, like, every week they want a real methodical lesson with a lot of work and a lot of stuff to be able to do and a lot of challenging stuff to be able to do. Now, the next group of people, I would have to say probably the largest group of people that I dealt with over all this period, they wanted to just play guitar for fun. They just wanted to learn songs. They wanted to understand, basics about, really general basics about technique. And some people, wanted to learn rudimentary elements about, like, music theory. But really it was just more about learning songs and just having fun playing guitar, something they could take and maybe play on the campfire at their cottage or whatever it may be. They didn't, a majority of people who take guitar lessons with you, if you're a guitar teacher, they don't take it that seriously. It's not like I know when I was young and I got pretty into guitar in a more serious way, and I started thinking about, hey, I want to go to a music college and really study this intently. I got really serious. I had a teacher who, I could just, anything he gave me, I'm just eating it up. Give me more, I want to learn more. And so it was like, I didn't realize I was sort of a rarity of a person studying guitar until I started teaching guitar. And then I found out that, that's kind of, that's not a very popular student to have as a guitar teacher. Some people also, when they take guitar lessons, aside from learning songs and, not taking it maybe too seriously, some are there because they're almost just interested in hanging out with someone who's a really competent musician, and they just love coming in and watching you play through stuff. They'll say, like, do you know this song, or could we learn this song a bit? And then you'd learn it a bit, and they would just want to really see you play it, and maybe you'd make a few notes and they would hack away at it at home over the week and just kind of play for fun and have it, again, playing for fun and having fun. There were also, over the years, just people who I honestly didn't even know why they were paying me for guitar lessons. They would come in, all they wanted to do was sort of talk about their life and about, things they were doing, and they would go on and on and on, and so it would be almost impossible to interrupt them, to move them from the way they were going to just like the guitar lesson and stuff we could do on guitar. So I found that to be kind of an interesting group, and it's kind of a bigger group than you might think. I'm not exactly sure why they were paying me to take lessons. Some of them I would start to say, like, are you sure you want to keep going and taking lessons? We don't cover that much in here, and I try to be nice about it, but it would get kind of to me it seemed foolish. But I guess those people were just enjoying my company, or just having an interesting time talking to somebody about music or whatever. I tend to try to move away from people who I could see almost they were trying to use me as some kind of cheap psychiatrist or something. There were people like that over the years, but they were, again, kind of a smaller group. But the thing is that if you're getting into guitar yourself and you're wanting to teach guitar, you're going to have to realize that the smallest group of people are going to be those diehard people who really want to learn, and then the larger group will just be people doing it for fun. And like I said before, there'll even be some people that just kind of want to hang out with you and you're a good player, so they want to watch you play and just kind of listen to whatever stories that you have to tell them. So anyway, I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to share with you. I know that next week when I make another one of these, I want to talk a little bit about sort of this level. A lot of people ask me about like the levels of learning, from going from a beginner to an intermediate to maybe a more advanced player, and what's kind of involved in that whole scheme of things. So I would like to talk about that next for sure. So, hang out with me on this video channel next week so we could talk a little bit about that, because I think you might find that quite interesting as well. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks a lot for joining me here, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you. And again, be sure to subscribe to my main YouTube channel. That is just, YouTube, whatever, at Creative Guitar Studio, and you'll find me on YouTube that way. Just type in Creative Guitar Studio, you'll find me on YouTube here on my main channel. And also you can visit my website at creativeguitarstudio.com to check out all the material that I have over there. So thanks a lot, guys, and we will catch up with you again on the next one. Bye for now.